Guys, hi. Hello. I am back and I am laughing. I almost want to cry, guys. I've been talking and talking and talking for so long. I'm pretty sure it was more than 15 minutes. And I'm thinking, I am done. I spoke to you guys the whole time, like the entire segment. I spoke, I gave interview tips. Only to find out that I did not press the record button. It did not record. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I actually wanna cry, guys. Yo, and you know how I've never taken more than one take for YouTube, guys, because I keep it really authentic and I just take one. I always shoot one take, and I shared so much for probably 20 minutes, if not more. I want to cry. I really want to cry, but anyway, because I'm committed to this cause, we'll do it again. Gosh, we will do it again. I'm so sad. Yeah, but anyway, jeez, and it's so late. I started recording, gosh, it's 11:15, guys. I think I spoke for so long. It was probably even longer than 20 minutes. Because when I thought I was recording, it was around 10ish or just before 10. But anyway, so this is 10. Sesilapha ngoku. We are here now. I'm actually mad. I'm so mad. But anyway, let's do this again. And I gave so much valuable information. But anyway, we are here now, guys. When I left the office, I think I left the office before 7. When I did that other segment on the accountant role. So we are continuing. I did say I will try my utmost best to continue and update you on the accountant interviews feedback, right? And hopefully by doing so, you will take away tips from those interviews, right? Yo, guys, I'm so sad. I hope I remember everything that I said. Yeah, I'm really tired and I'm sad that it didn't record or I didn't press the record button. I actually feel like a mummy. I feel like a mabena. I feel, no offense to the mabenas, as in people who are mabenas who have, you know what I mean. But anyway, let me get comfortable. I'm so mad. But anyway, okay. Let's get comfortable. So, okay, the accountant interviews, right? Feedback on that, right, guys? So, I'm in no particular order in case the people that were interviewed come across this video. I'm not going to mention names and it's in no particular order where I'm just going to give you random feedback, right? And and the only reason I'm giving you this feedback, guys, is to really help. I'm hoping that you know how you learn from other people's mistakes. It's really not coming from a bad place. I'm not sitting here and bashing people that have gone to interviews that I've interviewed. And if they do come across, I'm happy to give feedback as well, right? But obviously people come through recruitment agencies, and at times those recruitment agencies will ask for feedback in terms of did their candidate make it, and if they didn't make it, why. And I'm happy to give that feedback because I think that's the only way you would grow, right? And I'm okay in sharing how the interviews went without obviously compromising those candidates. And by giving out their names, I'm not going to, I promise I will not, right? But however, in terms, and I'm not going to really get into much detail, I'll just take a few should I call it lessons? Yeah, I'll take a few lessons from their mistakes to share so that it helps the next person. And if they also come across this vlog and maybe you realizing that, oops, that was me, and you want to obviously have a conversation with me off this platform, I'm really happy to give you that direct feedback, right? And because you can only grow from there, honestly, you can only grow. But anyway, okay. So to those of you who's obviously only watching this vlog and have not watched my previous vlog, right? I once gave feedback on in one of the vlogs. I gave feedback on the credit controller spec that we were interviewing for, and I'm referring back to that because we had a candidate that was also nervous in this batch of candidates that was also nervous. And I also mentioned I'm backtracking because in that when I gave feedback on the credit controller role as well, there was also a candidate that I really felt sorry for that was so nervous that they jeopardized that interview, right? Where I said shame, that lady was so nervous, even her voice was like, you know when your voice is dropping and you almost sound like you're losing your voice, to a point where the interviewers kept saying, speak up, we can't hear you, type of a thing. That's how nervous. At that point in time, in fact, I thought that was bad. I felt so horrible for that lady. I felt bad for that lady. But so this time around, there was also a candidate that was so nervous. You could have asked that lady anything, guys. You could have asked her anything personal that she would know. That, like, give her a question that you know this you will know because it's personal. She would have literally blacked out. She literally had a blackout most of the time, and I don't know if it was a mix of nerves, which we understand, totally get it when people are nervous, right? But you can't allow it, you can't drag it for too long, right? You can't allow yourself to be stuck in that hole of nerves, right? For too long. Yeah, at some point you need to really snap out of it. Remember why you are there. You are really there to sell yourself, basically. Demonstrate the skills that are on your CV, guys. Demonstrate the qualification, demonstrate the experience that's on your CV. Remember the fact that out of a lot of people that would have applied, out of these hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of CVs that applied, yours was chosen. Clearly you stood out on paper. So now this is an opportunity now for this company to get to know you, or for these people to get to know you. Do not jeopardize it by allowing nerves to really drag you down the entire duration of the interview. Okay, we do understand, interviewers really do understand in the beginning when you are being interviewed that you are nervous. And to be quite honest, the great people that I have shared a panel with, are really great people, to a point where they will try and calm the candidates down, take you away from the actual work related or technical questions that are making you so nervous, and they will try and calm you down by keeping it light, right? Just so to ease off the pressure from you and offer you something to drink and make you feel comfortable, and then you go back. In most cases, I've honestly experienced that, where we were already in the technical part of the interview, and because candidates were so nervous, we literally take it away, like completely move away from that part and say, are you, we even ask you, are you nervous? It's okay, calm down, would you like something to drink? And then ask you about lighter questions. If you are a mom, we'll even try and talk to you about your kids, just so to calm you down and to make you comfortable, and then go back into it, right? But with this particular candidate, Shane, she dragged it for so long in terms of being nervous. She just I don't know. From my assessment, I may be wrong, guys. I'm only human. Like, I'm no expert psychological aspect in terms of what people are feeling at that particular moment, or in that particular moment. But my assessment was, from what I gathered, this was a mixture of nerves, being ill prepared, and not having done research about the company. Right. I'm not going to go into what the candidate said or how they answered, or I'm not going to go into that. But my assessment from it all is, it was a mixture of being nervous, so nervous, extremely nervous, and being ill prepared and not having done research. Because when a basic question is asked, and mostly HR would ask you, what do you know about us? Like, literally, what do you know about the company? All right. That's a very common question. Maybe other companies don't. Maybe other interviewers will not even ask you that. But guys, the most basic thing you can do when you are shortlisted for an interview is to know where you're going. Who do you want to work for? Who are they? In what trade are they? What is their service offering? What is their product offering? What is their organizational structure? I mean, that information should be out there, right? And if it's not out there, do your research, guys. There are so many platforms where you can do your research from. If that company doesn't have maybe a social media presence or a digital presence, if I may, then find out from your agent who these people are, what do they do, how, like, what is their organizational structure, like, do as much. My tip would be, please, what you can take away from this is, the most basic thing you can do for yourself is to know at least where you're going or who you want to work for. And not only because this question will be asked, right? It might not be asked even, but for yourself as well, for your own research as well. Because guys, remember, as much as this company is looking, and I've said this before, I think in my previous vlogs, as much as this company is looking for their perfect match in terms of their minimum requirements, in terms of their technical skills that are required, in terms of their educational skills that are required, in terms of the attributes that they would like this person to have. Like, as much as they know exactly who they are looking for, you should also know exactly who you want to work for. Because chances are you don't even want to work for a company in that industry, right? Or you don't even want to work for a company that has that culture. You prefer a different culture. I'll give an example. A few years ago, I know of a candidate that literally turned down after Ooh. Hi guys, hello, hi, hello, hi. Hi. You're probably wondering why I'm here, or maybe not, because I thought I was gonna close this vlog last night. So guys, if with me you thought I was a moomish last night, by you'll see the segment before this one. If you agree with me that I was a moomish, or you thought I was a moomish by shooting the second video, because I had to take the second vlog because I did not record the first one last night. What exhaustion will do to you. So not only did I forget to press the record button, when I realized that at the end of my video that this thing has not been recording. So then I did a retake, and you will see the segment before this one, and I carried on, redid it again for about 15 minutes, and I carried on, guys, and gave you tips and continued talking and talking and talking, only to find out when I thought I was done, just before midnight, probably about my 10 to 12 or so. When I thought I was done, my battery died. So it left me halfway of that segment. So at that point I was like, no, I am not doing this again. And I called it a night, charged my phone, and I called it a night. It was late for me. All right. So now we are here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lerato. You can call me Rato, and or call me Marato, or call me Ratos. I don't mind. I'm easy. Welcome, guys. So today is Wednesday. So because of what happened last night, in my defense, I did not meet my deadline once again of submitting for edit. But what I know for a fact is that this vlog will be up on Sunday. 10 a.m. it will be up. So welcome, guys. Welcome. Please do the right thing. If you are new here, please show me some love, and welcome to this community of job seekers. Welcome to this community that we are trying to grow in assisting people who are available in the job market to secure jobs. So basically, that's who we are, right? And that's who we are. And welcome to this family. Welcome to this community. So basically, excuse the background noise. Excuse the background noise. I hope it doesn't filter through here, and what I'm saying will be clear. So what I'm basically saying is that if you are new here and you like this content and you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Please, I'm gonna give you my puppy face. Please subscribe. And if you are a returning viewer and you've only been viewing and not subscribing, please be nice, do the right thing, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that each time these vlogs come up, you are notified. Each time I drop a job alert, you are notified. And for those who are returning subscribers and you have subscribed, thank you so much for continuing to show me love, and thank you, really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, so without mumbling any further, let's continue where I left off. I literally had to replay that video so I can see at what point did my battery die, right? Mentioned the accountant, just a recap, the accountant spec, the accountant interviews, giving you feedback on how the interviews went, and obviously not showing too much detail and not dwelling in how the candidates answered those questions or handled the interview, but rather taking lessons right from those interviews in the hope that it will help the next person, right? Okay. We all, at this point, guys, I think we can all agree that interviews are daunting. No matter how experienced you are, interviews are nerve-wracking. And ours here is really to try and help and give tips in terms of how to ease the pressure off, right? And more, and more. Like I've mentioned last night as well, before leaving the office, and I've got so much to share. I've got so much on my mind, but we cannot fit everything that I think about in one vlog. So other topics will be for other vlogs. They will be dedicated for other vlogs. Okay. So yeah, guys. So basically, where I left the last segment off is where we were talking about doing research, right? You'd find that candidates don't do enough research about the company. As basic as that may sound, as basic, please hold. I'll come back just now. Hey guys, I'm trying to multitask. Trying to multitask, being a mom and doing the same, being an employee, and but anyway. So let me be comfortable. Yo guys, if my voice is somehow I think I'm coming down with flu. Today was a drag at work. I'm not feeling 100%. So yeah, trying to drink ginger tea, the ginger honey tea, so I feel better tomorrow because I can't afford to stay away from work. And yeah, so let's get comfortable, guys. Let's get comfortable and get back to it, right? So basically, what I was saying in continuation is that the basic thing that you can do is research about that company, right? And because obviously that's one of the questions that's going to be asked, and besides the point, maybe it might be asked. Usually, it's a no. Normally, companies do ask that question, and it's usually from HR, where they will obviously try to see how much you know about the company, right? Do your research. So this one candidate, I don't know if it was really nerves, a mixture of nerves, but the fact that when she was asked about the company, she literally blacked out, guys. Knew absolutely nothing about the company. So the lesson from that is that do your research, right? And not only obviously to obviously not only to tick that answer in the interview and be brilliant at answering, showing that you have done your research, but for yourself as well. For yourself as well, in terms of as much, guys, as much as these companies are looking for a perfect match for them in terms of the job requirements, minimum requirements, but you are also looking for a company that you will be a fit for, or that will be a fit for you in terms of your requirements, right? Literally, like I'll give an example. A few years ago, I know of former company that I worked for, an accountant that was interviewed, right? And brilliant candidate, CV was great, perfect match, went to the interview, and that candidate simply refused the job offer. Refused, and the reason for refusing it was basically that the environment was not for her, basically. This was so that company's finance department was decentralized. So this was not a head office position, it was at a plant, right? It was an engineering company, and it was at a plant, and this accountant would need to be based at that plant. So it was at an industrial area, and this candidate simply said no. They are more for corporate. They want to be based at head office level, and the fact that that's so industrial, the culture would definitely not be for them. The culture would not be for them. So yeah, guys. And I like that. I like candidates who are confident enough to know that this company culture is not for me, or it's just the company is not for me. And researching obviously before you even go to that interview will also help you know who you're dealing with, right? And not only about the company itself, guys. Do your research in terms of okay, obviously the company's service offering, products offering, and what else? The organizational structure, and even the departmental structure, that obviously the department that you would have applied for. Also the departmental structure, do your research, and it's also okay to do your research, because I think about the people who will be interviewing you, right? Or find out from your agent who this role reports to, and then do your research. But guys, obviously professional research, right? About that person. What I also found impressive in my past life, yeah, so what I also found impressive, like, as much as what I'm sharing here is from past experiences, guys, and I also learn from these interviews, right? When I'm interviewing candidates and we engage after, once they're on board and they give feedback, I also take lessons from that. So this one candidate, also at a different company that I've worked for, interviewed her. That lady was so well researched in terms of the company, and not only the company, but about the panel as well, but mostly about me, because this role reported to me. She knew so much about me professionally because she did her research, right? So I think that's okay, and I think it's also, I think it would also obviously help you to sort of like ease off the pressure. You know how we are so uncomfortable, and we fear the unknown, and you fear what's unfamiliar to you, right? And I think already you work yourself up on your way to the interview, right? So I think once you are overly prepared, like you'd rather be overly prepared than underprepared. So I think this trick might work, obviously, when you have done your research about the people that will be interviewing you as well, and you know what to expect. You sort of like prepared to a certain extent. I think try it. I think that would help ease the pressure a bit in terms of the nerves, right? So basically, research, guys. Advice would be research, research, research. Okay. Moving on, what I picked up as well while we're still on the accountant's interview views, one of the candidates was intimidated, right? So to a point where she even said, she was pointed it out that she was intimidated by a particular person, and said, like, you literally intimidate me. So how I think you should deal with that, right, is my advice would be, you know, in a panel, guys, there'll always be that comforting face, that friendly face, that will give you a nod, a smile as you're giving answers, or even more than one from the interviewers. So if there's one person that you feel is intimidating for you or to you, I'm not saying, guys, hear me right, please. I'm not saying completely ignore them. Eye contact is very important, especially if that person is asking you a question. Give them eye contact, listen to them, ask them to elaborate if you don't understand their question. Um, Ask for clarity, and when you when you answer whatever question there is, when you answer them, it's okay to look at them, answer them, but also move away. At the moment you feel that wave of nerves coming and you're feeling intimidated, you can look away and find that comforting face. Find that person who's coming you, who's easy to look at. But obviously scan the room, go back just for a few moments, giving the person that intimidates you or that you feel is intimidating you eye contact while you talking through your answer, and then you can move away, then find a friendly face again, instead of just having your focus and giving just because they asked you that question and your main focus is only on that person, right? But please be careful when doing that, not to ignore them or avoid them the entire interview, because it may work against you. They may feel ignored and you want those points from everyone sitting in that panel. Okay, so that is the second tip I would give you in terms of when you feel intimidated. That's the lesson, right, guys? And another one is what I find a lot of candidates do, right? The mistake that they do would be, especially at a certain level, when you feel like what HR will do is obviously introduce everyone that's sitting on the panel, and what they will do is, guys, I'm in finance, right? So I'll give examples of finance all the time or most of the time. So when they would introduce, they will definitely, not probably, definitely introduce the people, the hiring manager of the department. And what I find a lot of candidates do is that they take it for granted that definitely take it for granted that they are talking to a finance person coming from a finance environment, or an accounting person, an accountant to an accountant, or an accountant to an FM to a CFO. And when they give their answers, they give probably high level brief answers, right? And what I do, I literally have a disclaimer. I'm that interviewer who will give you the disclaimer that please don't take it for granted that we know, and give brief answers, especially for process-driven questions, especially for scenario-based questions, right? When you answer those, please substantiate them with examples, with scenarios. Be as detailed as you can be, because remember, the point of this is we've seen your CV. We definitely liked you on paper. You are a match, but however, we are trying to get to know you. We are trying to get to know how your mind works. We are trying to get to know how you would apply yourself and your mind in certain scenarios or certain situations that we may be already dealing with, by the way. So other questions, when we ask you this question, is because we are already internally dealing with these situations. So it's important then to give a detailed answer. I really cannot stress that enough. It is important to give detailed answers, especially for process-driven questions or for scenario-based questions. Don't take it for granted. But please keep it relevant. When you are given, as much as we are saying be detailed, or as much as I'm advising you to be detailed, right? Don't get carried away by throwing in irrelevant scenarios or situations, and you just carry on and on and on and on and on without reading the room. You need to read the room. Do not derail from obviously what you were asked, but be detailed. Okay. And guys, by reading the room, you will see when you've captivated your audience, honestly. And I know another advice. So I know that when on the basis of your answers, especially scenario-based answers, the conversation carries on, and the interviewer then continues, instead of moving on to the next question, they then continue engaging you on the basis of your answers. Other candidates get intimidated by that. Other candidates feel that they are being interrogated. Guys, it is not an interrogation. Trust me, it's a conversation. When you are at that point, trust me, trust best believe that you have captivated your audience, and they are keen to know you, and they are now engaging you, and you've now taken over that interview. You've turned that daunting interview into a conversation, as it should be, a conversation, right? And yeah, other candidates will answer trying to rush through their answers because they just want it to end, and we can tell when you are rushing through your answers because you want to get to the next question, answer it, and move on. This is your one opportunity, guys, to sell yourself. This is a one opportunity to have that conversation. I like to, other people may differ, and in fact, we've had this debate with a few friends of mine, a topic for another day as well, now that I think about it, a topic for another day, where I like to think of interviews as a business transaction, guys. I think of interviews as, oh, that noise is distracted, guys. Sorry if it's coming through. Sorry. And when I keep looking there, it's because I'm distracted by the background. Apologies. I hope it's not coming through. So coming back. Don't handle your interviews the same way I'm doing this vlog. Epic fail. But anyway, back to my point. So I like to think of interviews, guys, as a business transaction. The company that's looking for a candidate, right, is yo, I wonder if I must do this later. I'm worried about the noise in the background, or must I just yeah, guys, I think let me rather do this later because I'll be sad if I play this video and there's just noise and I'm not audible. Let me rather, when the house has settled down, it's busy, so there'll be noise feeding through. When we've settled down and it's quiet, I will continue. Let me rather leave it here for now because I'm also distracted. Let's leave it here for now. I promise I will finish this off later. Hi guys, hi, hello. I'm not feeling so great. Welcome to my channel. Today is Saturday 17/19, so it's 20+5. So I'm not feeling great. Remember the last time I spoke to you guys, I think it was on Wednesday evening, and I cut off that vlog. Okay, I've got Gamu here. Gamu, hi.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm a passenger princess, so I'm just here to close the vlog, guys. I'm just here to close it. My flu got worse. I know I promised you that Thursday that I was gonna come and close it off in terms of the advice and the interview feedback that I was giving on the accountant spec. We're in the car and I'm literally shaking. I can't even hold this phone nicely, but anyway, I'm just here to close it. So I know I left it where I was still telling you guys, as much as you looking for a job, that company is also looking for a perfect match. So there's absolutely no need to let the nerves get to you and dragging those nerves, like dragging it throughout the whole interview. I would like to think of it as a business transaction. I hope I'm not repeating this. I would like to think of it as a business transaction. We've once had a debate with my friends about this. One friend that was saying no, but my point was, you are not at the employer or your potential or your prospective employer's mercy, right? You are good at what you're doing. your CV was obviously great, and that's why you made it to the interview stage. So the point I was trying to make is that they've obviously identified, right? They've obviously identified that you've got what they're looking for as per their spec requirements. So so basically, you are not at their mercy. Walk in there with confidence. So the debate, but it's a story for another day. I will have that conversation, but there's a story for another vlog. But my friend's point was that if you are sitting at home, we are talking from a place of privilege, because for someone who's sitting at home who does not have a job, they are definitely desperate for that job. So this whole thing of us trying to make a point and saying that you are not at your prospective employer's mercy, she was not agreeing with. But guys, even if I still maintain, even if you are sitting at home, obviously in the job market looking for a job, when you walk in there, go with that attitude that you have what they're looking for. That's why you are going for that interview, and that's why you sit in there, right? And just handle it with confidence, because like a business transaction, you have a service offering and they want to buy your services. Literally, it's basically that. And if you think about it that way, I think the nerves will ease off. I think the pressure will ease off, right? So yeah, and yeah, I think that's where I will leave it, guys. I'm really not feeling great, and I can't even think straight. I hope I've covered a lot of tips. I know I said do your research, and I gave you tips in terms of what to research on and how to handle the interview. And I will leave it here for now. I'm really feeling weak. I'm not great. Yeah, and I guess I will then structure my interview tips or this conversation for my next vlog. I just wanted to come and close this vlog today, and I'm very late for the edition, and it needs to go up. Is it edition for editing? Edition for editing it. It needs to go up tomorrow morning, and I'm still busy with editing it because I submitted it late. So yeah, let me leave it here for now. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. And until the next one, bye for now. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.
But the worst is the